People love to mock the 380 ACP, calling it a mouse fart caliber right up until someone takes a +P copper hollow point straight to the chest at over 1,350 feet per second. Suddenly, the jokes stop. This round isn't just plinking steel, it's punching holes through denim, ribs, and egos. You're looking at speeds brushing into small rifle territory, with permanent wound tracks that'll stop a threat cold. In today's breakdown, we're looking at 10 of the hardest hitting, 380 loads you can feed your carry gun. These aren't range fodder or bargain bin full metal jackets. We're talking real-world man-stoppers ammo that's been selected for serious performance, velocity, energy at the muzzle, ability to punch through barriers, and most importantly, real-life stopping power. Whether you're packing a Sig 238, a Glock 42, or Ruger's spicy little LCP Max, you need to know which loads are ready to throw down when it really matters. If you've ever rolled your eyes at the 380, this list is your wake-up call. This ain't a caliber comparison, it's a performance deep dive. Let's get into the loads that prove this little round can hit way above its weight class. Trust me, some of these will leave your assumptions in pieces. Number 10. Remington UMC 102 grain BJHP. Let's kick things off with a heavy hitter, literally. The Remington UMC loading sends a 102 grain brass jacketed hollow point down range, and that makes it the heaviest slug on this list. When it exits the barrel, you're looking at somewhere between 900 and 950 feet per second, not blazing fast. But this load wasn't designed to sprint. It moves like a barroom brawler, slow, deliberate, and hits like it's got a score to settle. In gel tests, it does exactly what a heavy for caliber load should: deep penetration and consistent expansion. It chews through clothing and drywall without breaking up, and it keeps its structure when lighter rounds might veer off or fragment. This round isn't flashy, but it brings the pain. Think of this one as the blue-collar bruiser in your lineup, no fancy gimmicks, just good old-fashioned weight and momentum. If you're running a 380 that can handle a little extra recoil, this is a round worth keeping in your mag. It's not here to win a race, it's here to crush bones like a wrecking ball. Number 9. Winchester PDX One Defender 95 grain BJHP. If ammo could wear combat boots and a scowl, it'd be Winchester's PDX One Defender. This load doesn't mess around with marketing fluff. It was built for the real world by folks who know what it takes to end a threat. You're getting a 95 grain bonded brass jacketed hollow point, cruising at around 950 to 1,000 feet per second. What sets it apart is the bonded construction. The jacket and core are fused together to prevent fragmentation and core separation. That means it punches through glass, clothing, or plywood and still stays intact. When it expands, it does so in a controlled, effective way, no giant overblown pedals that dump energy too early. This round digs deep and keeps going. On the street or in gel, this round has earned its stripes. It's carried by folks who couldn't care less about tactical buzzwords and just want a round that works. It's not sexy, but it's solid like a steel-toed boot that doesn't need to explain itself. If you're carrying for keeps, the PDX One should be in your shortlist. Number 8. Sig Sauer FE Crown 90 grain JHP. The FE Crown from Sig Sauer walks in with that quiet confidence, like it knows exactly what it's doing. This is a 90 grain jacketed hollow point with a little more engineering under the hood than most folks give it credit for. It exits the muzzle somewhere between 980 and 1,000 feet per second, and it brings with it nearly 200 foot-pounds of fight-stopping energy. What makes the FE Crown special is its dual hollow point design, a stacked cavity system that helps it expand fast and stay on target. Whether you're shooting through winter clothing, auto glass, or bare gel, this round performs with surgical consistency. It doesn't care if you're running a bone stock Ruger LCP-2 or a tricked-out Sig P238 with custom sights. It feeds clean, cycles smooth, and hits where you need it to. If you're looking for a solid, no-nonsense defensive round that doesn't rely on gimmicks, the FE Crown is a quiet professional. No drama, just results. Number 7. Speer Gold. 90 grain. JHP. When it comes to trusted self-defense ammo, Speer Gold. Is pretty much the gold standard, no pun intended. It's been riding in the mags of law enforcement and concealed carriers for decades, not because of flashy specs, but because it delivers when lives are on the line. The 90 grain hollow point leaves the barrel at around 950 to 1,000 feet per second, packing close to 200 foot-pounds of energy. But what makes this round shine is Speer's uni-core bonding process. It chemically fuses the jacket to the lead core, making them act like a single piece of metal. That gives you maximum weight retention, predictable expansion, and serious penetration. In ballistic testing, it mushrooms wide, stays together, and reaches the depth you need to stop a threat. It doesn't bounce off barriers or lose steam halfway through. Every round acts like the last tight tolerances, and field-tested engineering makes sure of that. Gold. Doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't have to. It's earned its reputation one real-world stop at a time. If you want your 380 ACP carry setup loaded with confidence, this round deserves a spot in your mag. Number 6. Hornady Critical Defense 90 grain FTX. Hornady's critical defense line is like the multi-tool of concealed carry ammunition, practical, dependable, and ready when things go sideways. Their 90 grain flex tip, load in 380 automatic Colt pistol, has earned its stripes over the years as a go-to choice for backup guns, subcompact carry pistols, and folks who want something trustworthy in a pocket-sized package. From shorter barrels, you're looking at muzzle velocities right around 1,000 feet per second and energy close to 200 foot-pounds. On paper, those numbers won't knock your socks off, but the real magic happens on impact. Where many hollow points struggle to perform through layered clothing or barriers, this one just keeps punching. That's thanks to Hornady's signature Flex Tip, the soft polymer plug at the front of the bullet that prevents clogging and ensures consistent expansion in soft tissue. A lot of conventional hollow points fail when the cavity fills with fabric, acting more like full metal jackets than self-defense loads. Not here. Hornady designed this projectile to open up reliably, even after cutting through heavy clothing. It's also tailored for short-barreled pistols, which is a big deal because many standard rounds lose significant velocity when fired from guns with barrels under 3 inches. Whether you're running a Ruger LCP-2, a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380, or anything in that micro-compact class, this load runs reliably, recoils gently, and maintains consistency shot after shot. It's affordable, widely available, and backed by Hornady's rock-solid reputation. No gimmicks, just straight-up defensive performance from a round that's been proving itself for over a decade. All right, we're halfway through this lineup. From here on out, things get even more serious. The next 5 entries don't just function, they dominate. These are the rounds that turn a compact pistol into a high-performance tool, capable of stopping real threats with authority. Buckle up. Number 5. Federal Premium Hydra Shock Deep 99 grain jacketed hollow point. Federal completely reimagined a classic with the Hydra Shock Deep line. This isn't a rebrand, it's a ground-up redesign with one goal in mind: maximize real-world performance. The 99 grain jacketed hollow point is engineered for deep penetration and consistent expansion without needing the higher pressures of a plus P load. Out of most subcompact barrels, it moves somewhere between 1,000 and 1,050 feet per second and generates more than 220 foot-pounds of energy. That extra weight gives it the momentum to punch through barriers like denim, drywall, or even auto glass without falling apart or failing to expand. Federal built this projectile with a robust post in the center of the cavity and a precision-cut jacket that opens up in a clean, uniform pattern. What that gives you is a predictable, repeatable wound profile across a broad spectrum of conditions. There's no clogging, no weird fragmentation, just deep, controlled damage and solid penetration every time. Whether you're running a Glock 42, a Sig Sauer 238, or the Ruger LCP Max, this round offers a level of performance that feels more like a duty load than something you'd expect from a pocket pistol. Federal didn't chase trends with this one, they just delivered. Hydra Shock Deep is the real deal for folks who don't mess around with their self-defense choices. Number 4. Pilgrim Ammunition, 50 grain, solid copper hollow point, plus P. Now we're entering uncharted territory. Pilgrim Ammunition came into the .380 space swinging hard with a 50 grain copper hollow point that's loaded to plus P specs and exits the muzzle at speeds well over 1,350 feet per second. This is not your granddad's pocket pistol load. This round uses that blistering velocity to create rapid energy transfer and massive trauma in the target. The monolithic copper bullet holds its shape, resists fragmentation, and stays on course while creating devastating wound channels. You get maximum expansion without sacrificing structural integrity or penetration depth. Designed with higher pressure in mind, this round shines brightest in pistols that can handle the extra recoil and slide speed. If you're carrying a Glock 42, a Sig 238, or something custom-tuned for defensive carry, you're going to see the full benefit of this load's potential. Pilgrim didn't just modify an existing formula, they built a new concept from the ground up. The result is a lightweight warhead that hits like a hammer and leaves nothing to chance. It's fast, fierce, and meant for serious business. Number 3. Lehigh Defense Extreme Penetrator, 90 grain, solid, copper, fluted round. Lehigh Defense didn't try to polish up a traditional hollow point, they scrapped it all together and went in a radical new direction. Their 90 grain Extreme Penetrator is a precision machined copper projectile with deep flutes cut into the nose. These aren't just for show, they create high-pressure displacement channels that carve deep into tissue, causing major trauma without relying on expansion. Fired at velocities between 1,000 and 1,100 feet per second, this round brings energy levels close to 220 foot-pounds. But the real story is in the terminal ballistics. Those sharp, spiral flutes slice through barriers and soft targets alike, redirecting tissue outward and maintaining a perfectly straight wound path. It doesn't clog, doesn't veer off course, and it retains all its weight. This round is barrier blind, meaning whether it's fabric, wood, or auto glass, it punches right through and keeps going. For shooters using smaller .380 pistols, especially blowback-operated ones, this load cycles reliably and extracts smoothly, offering excellent consistency even in platforms known for being picky with ammo. The Extreme Penetrator is made for the kind of scenarios where nothing goes to plan and you still need your shot to count. It's precision-built chaos in a copper shell, and it absolutely delivers. Number 2. Underwood Ammo, 90 grain Extreme Defender plus P. Underwood's version of the 90-grain Stream Defender doesn't just raise the bar for 380 automatic Colt pistol, it launches it into an entirely different class. By loading this solid copper projectile to +P pressures, Underwood achieves staggering ballistics, speeds over 1,200 feet per second, and muzzle energy between 260 and 280 foot-pounds. Those numbers are normally associated with 9mm, not a micro-compact pocket gun. At the heart of this round is Lehigh's signature fluted bullet design. Unlike traditional hollow points that rely on expansion to create damage, the Extreme Defender channels hydraulic pressure outward through precision-cut flutes. That redirection causes massive internal trauma and wide, permanent wound channels even when the bullet never changes shape. What's special about this load is that it doesn't depend on ideal conditions to work. Whether you're hitting soft tissue, layered fabric, or light barriers, the projectile stays on track and performs with brutal consistency. It feeds clean, hits hard, and maintains impressive accuracy even when you're firing fast strings under pressure. The round cycles smoothly even in short-barreled guns, and offers deep penetration without fragmentation or bullet deformation. You're getting total weight retention and reliable performance through and through. Underwood didn't just make this load hot, they gave it brains. The result is a defensive round that pushes the envelope in both speed and function without compromising on control or reliability. If you're carrying a quality-built compact pistol and want the absolute most out of the 380 platform, this one makes a strong case. Number 1. Buffalo Boore 90-grain Jacketed Hollow Point +P. This is the heavyweight champ of 380 loads, no question. Buffalo Boore came into the subcompact carry world with the mindset of maximizing raw energy, and their 90-grain jacketed hollow point loaded to +P pressure delivers exactly that. From a short barrel, this round reaches muzzle velocities up to 1,200 feet per second and generates as much as 250 foot-pounds of energy. That puts it squarely in the territory of light 9mm loads, a serious jump in performance for such a small frame pistol. The projectile is purpose-built for defensive use, rapid expansion, deep penetration, and controlled performance even after passing through clothing or light barriers. It opens up reliably in gel testing and keeps a tight trajectory, ensuring energy dumps exactly where it needs to. One thing you'll notice is the recoil. It's noticeably sharper than standard 380 automatic Colt pistol rounds, but it's still very manageable in solid pistols like the Glock 42 or Sig Sauer P238. The added kick brings with it real-world stopping power that exceeds most other offerings in this caliber. Buffalo Boore also loads this round with low flash powder to keep muzzle signature down in low light scenarios. That means faster target acquisition and less disruption during nighttime defense. This load doesn't play around. It's built for shooters who want their compact pistols to hit with real authority and who aren't afraid of a little extra recoil in exchange for a lot more punch. If you're looking to squeeze every drop of stopping power out of a 380 carry gun, this is the load that tops the list. For years, the 380 automatic Colt pistol was dismissed as a last-ditch caliber good for ankle holsters or deep concealment, but not much else. That perception is rapidly changing. The 10 rounds covered in this list show just how far the platform has come. Thanks to modern bullet engineering, pressure tuning, and careful attention to terminal performance, the 380 has evolved into a legitimate defensive option. From lightweight, high-speed solids to heavy for caliber hollow points that expand with surgical precision, today's offerings bring repeatable results and trusted real-world effectiveness. Whether you're running a micro pistol with a 2.5-inch barrel or a slightly larger concealed carry setup, there's a round here built to meet your specific needs. Some loads, like those from Pilgrim and Underwood, focus on velocity and energy transfer to overwhelm a threat immediately. Others, like the Federal Hydra Shock Deep or Hornady Critical Defense, take a more measured approach, emphasizing consistent expansion and barrier performance. At the end of the day, your choice should reflect your firearm's capabilities, your ability to manage recoil, and the kinds of threats you might realistically face. Defensive ammo isn't about flash, it's about function. These 10 rounds prove that the .380 automatic Colt pistol, when paired with the right load, can be far more than a backup. It can be the primary tool that stops a life-threatening situation cold. Thanks for sticking with us through this deep dive. Stay safe, stay ready, and make every shot count.